In school, we learn about science topics such as physics, chemistry, biology, humanities subjects such as history and geography. We also learned about math, we learned about art and many more. Purely academics. Well, to be fair, nowadays in tertiary education, there's elements of soft skills being taught, such as public speaking and presentation. In schools, there are also extracurricular activities outside of academics, such as uniform groups, sports, arts and cultural clubs, which fosters relationships, it fosters social interaction and competitiveness, which is great for preparing one for the outside working world. Now, I have some serious questions regarding this highly skilled education system. What about money topics? Who teaches you about money? Are you saying that the school's responsibility at getting you ready for the outside working world stops short at academics and a couple of soft skills? Without a single form of financial education nor preparation, is it fair to assume that one will automatically know how to make money, manage money, and grow money? I call BS. Hi everyone, I'm John, one half of the corporate breakout couple. My wife friend and I are a financially independent couple since 2020, and we cover extensively on financial literacy topics because we believe there's a serious knowledge gap in financial know-how. People are spending 40 to 50 years of their lives working just to draw a salary to pay the bills without understanding that they are caught in an endless cycle working for money. And the unfortunate part is these people are constantly worried about money even after retirement. One of the reasons why we started this channel is because we want to vocalize the importance of financial literacy to everyone. It doesn't matter what stage of life you are at. Everybody needs financial literacy. In today's video, I'd like to share with you 7 money rules that everybody should have. A disclaimer here, this is not financial advice. And as always, do hit the like button and subscribe to join our YouTube family so that we can create more videos like this for you. The first money rule, especially to those who just started working, is to adopt the 50-30-20 rule. 50% goes to your basic needs, your essentials, 30% goes to your wants, your non-essentials, and 20% goes to your savings and investments. This is a good starting point, but you may have this question, why 50-30-20? Let's start with 20% first for savings and investments, and I'd like to address investments in a later point. So savings, why do you need savings? You need it for a rainy day, you need it for contingency matters, you need it for big ticket items, big ticket purchases such as a car, a house, your marriage, retirement, and the list goes on. Next, 50% for basic needs. Now this percentage is actually very good. It means that you are able to survive with half your pay, paying your rent, paying for your food so that you don't go hungry. It also means that should you encounter the unfortunate event of being laid off, your 1 month salary can last you 2 months of basic needs expenses. So if you save up 6 months of your salary as your contingency fund, you can actually last for 1 full year without needing to work. 30% goes to wants, which are your non-essentials, and this is where it is within your control and you actually have a choice. Wants are good to have, not must have. So it's important when you make your choice, do you decide to spend that money because it gives you joy, it gives you a great experience, or perhaps you can direct some of that money into your savings. That is totally up to you, but important thing is the bottom line, don't cross the 30%, and that's where you can instill discipline and have great financial management skills. Here are 2 tips for you regarding this 50-30-20 rule. The first is be clear about distinguishing the difference between your need and your want. The second tip is focus your spending on experiences, on things that matter to you rather than material items. Number 2, avoid accumulating bad debts. What are bad debts? Some examples are an overextension of your credit card loans or your personal loans. What that means is you're not fully paying off your borrowed amount within the credit term period, say 30 days, and you allow your credit card debt to roll to the next month, which means your interest stacks up. Know that credit card interest rates are astronomically high and you should never allow yourself to stack up your credit card debts, and that should be avoided at all costs. Number 3, build savings as a habit and aim to increase your savings rate. Automate your process by setting instructions to the bank where from the bank account where your salary goes in, auto deducts the amount for savings into another savings account which you do not touch. Over the progress of your career, you should be aiming to increase 2 things, the savings rate, and number 2, the actual amount of savings you are directing towards your savings account. The fourth money rule is keep lifestyle inflation to a minimum. Lifestyle inflation happens when you up your expenses by indulging in more wants. And it's tempting, especially in today's world, when you look at other people's Instagram or TikTok video and you see them living the high life. Remember this, every time you see somebody on social media with a glammed up lifestyle, ask yourself these questions. Number one, how much does that lifestyle cost? Number two, does this lifestyle give me joy in my life? Number three, do I have this amount of money in my budget to afford this sort of lifestyle? Lifestyle inflation is within your control. Exercise your control wisely and don't allow it to sabotage your financial future. The fifth money rule is always pay yourself first. This is a budgeting technique and it is a unique category within your budget that can be a decider for you, especially in the long term, whether you can successfully break out of the rat race and be financially free. Pay yourself first is a category within your budget, and what that means is you want to allocate your first chunk of money from your pay to this category. For example, your first 20%. The money allocated is meant for your savings, your contingency funds, and your investments. Naturally, the higher the percentage, the better it will be for you to reach your financial goals faster. Now, the key here is always pay yourself first, meaning no matter what happens, always allocate this first chunk of money towards this category. If you happen to have an unforeseen circumstance where you have to cough up money that's unplanned, the sacrifice comes from your other two categories, your needs and your wants. Starting with wants first, you cut that first. In essence, pay yourself first not only enforces the discipline in you, it also allows you to set your priorities right in terms of prioritizing your financial future first. The sixth money rule is learn the magic of compounding to accelerate your wealth. Compounding is a stacked on effect, especially when it comes to investing. On the graph, when it comes to compounding, your money is growing in an accelerated manner in an exponential curve, rather than the traditional way of savings where it's growing merely at a linear straight line where it's very slow. This means that the traditional way of purely saving money off your job income is too slow a way for you to hit your financial goals, and it'll be difficult for you to hit an audacious goal like financial independence any earlier. When you have global forces at play, such as global inflation that's prevalent right now, and increased government taxes in the form of goods and services tax, income tax, road tax, petrol tax, and the list goes on, the money that you have saved up through the traditional means gets eroded and the value decreases year on year. Be smart with your money and learn about investing so that you can allow the magic of compounding to take effect and allow the investment vehicles to serve you well. The seventh and the most important money rule is always value time over money. I'm going to be very upfront about this. Many of you count your money and some even count to your pennies, and that's good, that's a good discipline thing. But many of you do not count your time. Firstly, recognize that there is a disproportionate period of your life that you're sacrificing and committing to a line of work that you may not even be happy about. I know I wasn't. After the first 10 years of my corporate life, I was already asking the questions whether I want to go through this for another 30 years of my life. I think it's perfectly okay if you're somebody who loves your work, who enjoys working with your colleagues and in the company that you're from. But I believe most of us are not like that. The problem lies when you feel stuck, dissatisfied and unfulfilled, and your work holds little to no meaning, your time gets locked away, and the amount of money that you earn just doesn't measure up. Secondly, and this is even more important, is that many people don't count their time when they are off work as well. If you really count the time that you spend, let's say on social media, where your phone gives you a weekly report, right? On Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever other things, or the amount of time that you spend on Netflix, the amount of time that you actually spend can be considerably substantial. And the really funny thing is, many of you indulge in these so-called mindless activities so that you can take your mind off work. Your body is off work, but your mind is not. The stress continues to take effect and your brain keeps working and working. And I know this for a fact because I was doing sales in my corporate days, and then when I was on holiday, let's say in the Maldives or in Florence, I would keep thinking about work, looking at my phone to check emails, and sometimes get interrupted by calls from my colleagues or from my clients. And that's how the system and the rat race gets you, isn't it? Over the years, you lose track of time and also lose yourself in the process when you get caught in the endless cycle of work, repeat, and just like that, 40 to 50 years gone in an instant. Therefore, our time is most valuable. Always value time over money. As time is limited, do make the daily effort to prioritize and treasure time. In conclusion, your money rules and habits will determine how well you handle money. If you want to experience a life worth living, one that's spectacular, full of vibrancy, full of meaning and purpose, learn to master money. And after that, learn to master time. I hope this video has given you good value and helped you to recognize the importance of financial literacy in your life. Keep studying and keep going. Life is an adventure. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do hit the like button and subscribe to join our YouTube family, and see you soon. If you are interested in breaking out of the corporate 9-to-5 rat race or embark on your early retirement journey, do check out our Breakout Academy where we'll support you further on your goals.